is lost like the hands of time, violently ripped through like a landmine. One step forward and a push back, blood flow seizing like a heart attack. Card where removal team deleted input from a fucked up drain. If I fall asleep, then please don't wake me. understand with a soul and a plan out of date. Lifting my window, then I jump to a tree with visions of me of the distant. So the secrets of truth of those sea. Let's cruising, only to part, separate to discharge a degree. Now is our time for errands, the sitting ducks and the pond, the flag once again smolders, the visions of now and oh, the tables are turning, and what's found today is taken away. So it's life beaten but returning, and the venom within it is in the skin. What a sting! Drowning slow. From a distance, the signs turn into cries of the tired. It's all over, and it hooks and it pries to the lids of the eyes till they're shut. Now it's all time for errands, the sitting ducks and the pond, the flag once again smolders, the visions of now and
I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're gonna hear about it.
All right. Happy Festivus for the rest of us. My buddy Franco is here with us. I promise I didn't abduct him. He came of his own free will, folks. Get your minds. Stop calling the police. You know they're not there for you. You know they're not there for you. It's good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you. Glad to be on.
Franco's not aware of what Festivus is, so let me give you just a brief rundown. So in the show, Seinfeld, George Costanza's dad made up this holiday because Christmas sucked, right? So it's basically you have this aluminum pole. Wait, I got mine here. I got the aluminum pole, right? You got to have that, the Festivus pole. And then you have to have the airing of grievances, which basically what this show is about. Me and my little friend here with the googly eyes. And then, but there's also supposed to be a feats of strength. But since this is all digital, you know, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, if you have a beverage or something, I guess that's like a 12-ounce curl. Is that how that works? Just want to make sure. I think we sound okay. I mean, this is a Festivus miracle right here that the fucking audio works. So
yeah, remember that? Like, I think a couple, like 3 months ago, we had issues with the audio when I was trying to get in. Remember?
Yeah, that was so weird too. And that's the thing, right? We both use the same program basically, like OBS, and OBS is a blessing and a curse. When it works good, it's really cool. You can do all kinds of cool effects with it and stuff like that. You move shit around and stuff. But when it ain't working, particularly the audio, you're like, what the hell? And you literally have to just sometimes just exit out of it, restart the program, and then the audio works fine. And you're like, you motherfucker. So let me before everything goes too crazy. And these parties get wild, Franco. They do. These are some, when you bring the silver pole, shit's going down.
Someone said I'm wearing a Luigi sweater. How is this a Luigi sweater?
Wow, man. Damn.
What pictures are you referring to?
Oh wait, that's when he had the mask on. Didn't he have like some sort of like? Okay,
I don't look it up right now.
Look, man. Look. The feds are listening, folks. Don't be trying to get my man fingered, okay? All right, you look that shit up. You might want to call your lawyer too.
I looked up Luigi sweater, and it's just like Mario Luigi, like sweatshirts.
I don't know, man. Look, no offense, but you kind of got like this Zelensky thing going on here too. Like you're like.
Oh, I see what they're talking about. The stuff from today.
What are you saying?
But he's wearing like burgundy. This is like is a dark blue.
Look, we got we got Steve Wolfbrand
wearing business casual.
Yeah, this is business Zelensky casual, like he's doing something in front of the green screen. We got Matt John is here, Liana's here. Hey Liana, good to see you. And Steve Wolfbrand, John Kemper, and Rick Solis. Rick popping his head out of hell. Rick is the concierge in hell. That's his job. So if God forbid you go down to the hot place, Rick is there to make sure that your reservation is taken care of. So we have many characters that have false jobs in this chat. Who else we got in the mix? We got Anonymous. Anonymous is from the UK. So he's in the future. So it's almost Christmas Eve over there. Finger Man, good to see Finger Man. Good to see you. Miguel, of course, appreciate you, brother man. Good to see you. Chuck's Intergalactic UFO Show. I think a friend of his, Ed, is supposed to be back on here shortly. So Game.film up at the top there, and we are Ronan. Bum, 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 bum. Good to see you, brother. He has this show called Cornbread and Roses. It's socialists in Alabama, brother. That's where we're moving. We're finally getting people in the nether regions of the country to sign on. So it's a good thing, right? You like socialism a little bit, the good stuff, not the crazy, let's go to the gulag shit,
the good stuff.
Right. I mean, what you think is like common sense socialism, just like nuts and bolts.
Basic needs being met by people, basic life needs.
Yeah, right. Like, why is there this survival of the fittest bullshit going on still? Right. I mean, I understand
competing with each other. They want us all distracted by fighting amongst each other.
Is it the lizard brain too? Is it that lizard brain part of our head that makes us like this? Like they say that we like some of us are to have like unless you're African, a lot of us have like 3% Neanderthal DNA still in us, right? That's probably what's making us fucked up, that Neanderthal shit, right? Because they were savages, right? You know how we got rid of the Neanderthals, right? And why the Homo sapiens
there's
won?
theory we killed them off. Either we killed them off or they just got absorbed into our population. We were just like so afraid of them that we killed them all off, or just like overcompeted or outcompeted them. Yeah. Another theory is that it was because of diseases.
Well, it could have been a combination of all those too. I mean, but I'm seriously down that the Homo sapiens fucked them out of existence. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, because like whenever a Homo sapien and a Neanderthal would mate, right, it would be like there'd be like very little of the Cro-Magnon DNA in there. So then when that generation it would just like die off quickly, and I think that probably had something to do with it. And cigarettes, they were big smokers. back then. The Neanderthals were, because
Lung
there's
cancer.
always a corner store, and they bust in there, kill the owner, and then they're like, oh, Newports, give me my headache. Yeah, I don't know if they had Newports back then. I don't want to be racist, so you
Speciesists.
I don't want to be, yeah, it is, but isn't it technically though racist if you hate Cro-Magnons, if you say bad things about Cro-Magnons? Isn't that technically racist?
Racist or like
In another
speciest because
race,
of how we're like
yeah, that's what I
um
want to know. Are Cro-Magnons another race, or is just another species of the same thing?
yeah.
You're a scientist, you know this shit.
So I can look it up right now and specify it for you, but with Neanderthals, it's a different species. We're
It's a
both
different
considered
species,
humans, but it's different species of humans. Just
right?
like how there's different species of foxes, there's different species of whales.
I
With
got you.
humans and Neanderthals, it's different species of humans. There's also
Well, that,
like the Indian tigers, and then there's oh no, it's there's different species of tigers. Uh, but yeah, they're considered tigers, but they're just given different names. But yeah, with humans and Neanderthals, it's like that. Same genus, but it's different species.
really?
Yes, that's why it's like Homo sapien. They're Homo neanderthalis.
Oh, Neanderthals. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. See, folks, we don't do no stupid around here. We are down with some learning shit, right? We got Kate's in the house. What's up, Kate? Good to see you. Kate likes to advertise she's in an open marriage. I don't know why she likes to do that, but I probably shouldn't have said anything. But I'm old and rude, and I've earned it. So sorry, Kate, but I spread all your gossip for you. I'm just jealous because I want to be in that open marriage with her. So, but not like the legal stuff where I gotta like give her half my shit if we get a divorce. I don't want to do that shit. So, but that has nothing to do. See, this is like free forum, Franco. We're just talking about whatever, just off the cuff, man. Whatever's on your.
Is this on a YouTube chat, or are they on Rockfin, or where?
Yeah, we're on YouTube. Well, most of these knuckleheads are on YouTube, but we are on Rockfin and Rumble and Facebook too. Every once in a while, the Ghost of Christmas Past comes up on Facebook. It's like, ooh, I've come to haunt your chat. Oh shit, this place is a ghost town. All right, ooh, and then he goes away.
Do you get people commenting on the Facebook one, like when you're
So,
live?
sometimes in the morning, this chick Amber, she's one of the ones on there too. Every once in a while, Kate's on there too. Kate's a double dipper. She does morning time and nighttime. Yes, and she is a tease. You are a tease. You a good hoe, girl. You a good hoe. Don't you go bad. Don't you go bad. Don't let the man change you. Don't let the man change you. Yeah, so anything you want to get off your chest, man, this is the airing of grievances, my friend. You got grievances? Let's hear it.
Grievances.
Right?
Um,
Not necessarily beef, but just like, I know you've been doing the self-help group and you've been trying to do like the more positive videos and stuff, more like informational type stuff to help people. That's all good. But I know there's still deep inside, there's probably some shit you just want to get out, like, "Rah! These motherfuckers, this is the place to do it, my friend. This is an open forum."
like what we were talking about earlier about trying to get us to all compete against each other. We gotta move away from that, because we're social creatures, humans, and we've evolved through collaboration. And I think we need to head more towards that evolutionary path of more collaboration, less competition amongst each other, because this competition is what is distracting us. It's what the elite want us to do.
Yep.
So that's a grievance I got right now.
All right, I hear you. I got a grievance with like the media. I've always had a grievance with them though. So, but it's a never-ending grievance. I can always throw that out there.
I've been kind of out of the loop with the recent news stories. I've kind of just been hearing about the more the ones making the main headlines, like what's happening with Luigi, what's happening in Syria.
Right.
But yeah, I haven't had as much time as I used to dig deep into what's happening out there right now in the media. Other than those two stories, what else is happening?
I don't know. The drone shit's still happening. What do you think about the
Oh, New
drones, man?
Jersey.
Yeah, but they said it's all like New York too. Some up, probably some around your way too. They say it's the East
I
Coast.
have seen stuff, and I don't know if it's a drone or spaceship, but one time when I was throwing out the trash, there was like something floating around, going like that. It wasn't a star because it was moving around a bit. Um, and I remember how my sky, like the sky, looks at night, and I've never seen a star in that position before,
Right.
and let alone one that moves around. So I don't know if it was a drone or a UFO, or we do get helicopters flying around here since I'm close to DC, and there's like some facilities near here. Like the president's hospital is kind of near here. Um, but yeah,
You
there's
think
just like,
you think it's a psyop? You think it's like
I don't know
and if
what that
so,
was. I
who's
immediately called my friends, and then I put it like, I was like, look at this. And they could kind of see it, and they couldn't really say what it was.
yeah,
Trying to label me a conspiracy theorist and all that. I was like, bro, you're seeing this right now. What can you say this is? It's not moving like an airplane.
right?
It's
I know.
I would accept if they said it's a drone, but they were just like trying to say I'm trying to be a conspiracy theorist to them.
Well, I mean, all the conspiracy theorists seem to be coming, all their theories seem to be coming to fruition. So, I mean, where's the last laugh is on these people that saying, oh, these conspiracy theorists, they're smoking that herb and seeing aliens and shit, and it's like, yes, well, yes, we are smoking that herb, but that's not why we're seeing the aliens. Okay. Let's get that straight. It's because
And I was just saying it's weird. I'm like, look at this, guys. What the heck is this?
yeah, I mean, like, yes, Steve says the orbs are everywhere. There's like orbs. That's the thing. It's like a combo of all this shit, right? There's like orbs, there's like drones, and then there's like some weird lights and shit and stuff like that. Which I don't know if there's like some actual real deal shit going on, and then the government's getting in the mix because fuckery is always afoot, and they're going to take advantage of it.
Or are they trying to make a psyop about this
Yeah,
to make us think that it's real aliens, but then the real ones actually don't want to interfere or anything because they see us as too primitive. I feel like in order for them to make it all the way out here, because of how vast the universe is, they had to have evolved consciously to a point in which they're just like, they see us in a way that we see ants, just like so primitive, so animalistic, and then they're just like, let's just let them do their thing and figure things out and evolve and everything. So if there
yeah,
is like an invasion, then I think that it's more likely that it'll be just like a psyop and try to take
yeah.
away more of our rights.
Yeah, Project Bluebeam, that kind of shit, trying to make you think
Yeah.
there's a holographic Jesus in the sky or something like that, and then there's the aliens, and then the one world government, the one religion,
Funny
and all
enough,
that stuff.
there's a Scooby-Doo movie about it, about what I just said, about how they thought there were aliens, and then they thought it was like these green monsters who were trying to like take over the world, but it turns out it was humans who were dressing up as aliens, and then the real aliens were these like good conscious beings that were helping Scooby and Shaggy out and the rest of the gang. I don't know if anyone remembers that, but it was
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
it's very in line with what I think would most likely happen.
See, I think if you're like a superior race, like as far as like intelligence, technology, that sort of thing, right? And you're looking at humans and seeing how violent they can be, but also on the other end of the spectrum, how kind and good they can be, right? There just happens to be a whole lot of gray area shit in the middle, right? So I think instead of like some sort of big invasion force and landing on the White House lawn, it's one of these things like they just go to different little locations, right? That you see, you always hear these stories like it's usually some out of the way place. It's like some old farm or just like some kind of thing out in the middle of nowhere. You know, you rarely hear about anything in the cities and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah. So, and
I feel like
the
they're using like astral projection to travel. Have you heard of that, Warren? Astral
yeah.
projection?
Yeah. It's actually what the what is it? That's they were part of the MK Ultra and like what the CIA was trying to do with remote viewing. Like they had one person. Well, fuck you too, then. Wait a minute. Why? I think you yeah, I can hear you. Hang on a second. Uh
Freeze for a bit.
oh, there you are. You popped out. You popped out for a second.
That was not on purpose. That was not on purpose.
I forgot you can hear the fuck you too, because you know we got the back channel going on here. But no, you
Am I
just
back
popped
on?
out. No, yeah, you're back on. It was just funny because I was mid sentence and then you pulled the Irish goodbye and left the screen, and that's when I said, "Well, fuck you too."
It's like
Liana said he's
they're
been
listening
beamed up.
in.
She said they got you, man. You start
They're
talking about
listening
those
in.
alien stories. They are, well, that's what I think. I don't think there's going to be some invasion force. I think it's just like they're just testing people, all kinds of different people around the world, right? And they're not making a big deal about it. It's like using duck blinds, you know, when you're kind of observing like some people do, like they observe these people on these islands that's never seen other humans, so they make like these little duck blind things so they can't be seen. I think that's what's going on. But sometimes the dumber aliens kind of let themselves be known, like, hey, everybody, oh shit, I ain't supposed to be seen. Oops, you didn't see nothing, you know, and then they try to fuck up your head or something. Anyway, so you got the special needs aliens that probably are not the one, you know, they try not to be seen, but they can't help themselves. But the pros, the ones that know what they're doing, they're the ones that's manipulating humanity from the very start. Anywho, that's a conspiracy theory right there. So, but
Yeah. I wonder what'll happen, like all the crazy shit that's about to happen in 2025.
What do you
If that
think's going to
psyop will
happen?
happen next year, or if
You
it'll
know,
happen
what?
within
We're
the
close.
2020s.
Yeah, we're close enough to the end of the year. If I could, let's do some predictions. What do you think is going to happen next year?
Maybe another January 6th type event. Hopefully not, because last time it was so annoying. Just the excessive coverage of it by the mainstream news, fear mongering about that event, and then people arguing about it online.
Yeah, I think so. Another divisive event like that, because you know I think they came out recently and admitted they said, well, there were no federal officers in January 9/11, but there was plenty of federal what do they call them, the COs, the ones who work for the feds but aren't feds themselves, the ones that are being blackmailed for their freedom. uh those cats, they said, oh, there's plenty of those in January 6th. Yeah, but there was no actual federal officers, you know, like, well, still you had like federal kind of people in the group there. Like, how do you justify that? Up, nothing to see here. Here, smell this. This will get you to forget, you know, that kind of thing, you know, right? And that's what they do want. They want us to forget, right? They don't want us to remember shit. They definitely don't want people like you and me reminding them of shit like that,
It was a
right?
hell of a past 4 years, though, I will say. Time flew. I remember too, 4 years ago when I was streaming what was happening in January 6th. And then what else might happen?
I don't know. You think they're gonna is the bird flu thing gonna actually become an actual thing, or is that gonna die out?
No,
You think?
I think that they're gonna take their time again with another. They need. I feel like in order for another Rona situation to be successful by the government, it would have to be they want people to forget about it.
Mm.
It's gonna have to be another generation. Otherwise, more people are gonna start questioning stuff,
Yeah, well,
right?
they waited 100 years for the last pandemic.
Hmm.
So you can't do that again for what, another like at least 50 years, right? But what else can they do though? But they'll say, you know what they'll do? They'll try to speed it up and say, oh well, you know, the COVID shit, yeah, we were wrong about that. But this bird flu shit, man, motherfucker, do not fuck around with for real. This is for real, right? Yeah, we were lying motherfuckers back then, yeah, but this time, no, it's for real. And you know, some of these fucking suckers out there are going to be like, oh shit, bird flu's next. All right, well, time to put on 8 masks and not go anywhere forever. And you know, don't you
Yeah,
think that kind of might happen though?
maybe.
I mean,
Um,
do you think people are still scared, or you think people are starting to wise up a little bit and now they're just trying to?
yeah, I
They
think
finally found their nutsack and they're
people
like, all right,
started questioning things more, and other people are like, "We need to get back into the office," and all this other stuff. And so, because people started questioning more with the reactions to like the jabs and everything, then they had to pull out the new thing, the shifting focus, and then in comes Russia, Ukraine, and then that became the media focus.
yeah.
And then after that, after like what was it, like a year, then the focus became the Israel Palestine stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, Trump's not. I mean, we know Trump's just going to go balls to the wall with Israel, but he can't do that right off the bat. So there has to be some sort of distraction uh, to happen in order for him to do. He's going to do it, but he's going to
Yeah.
wait for. I think he's just going to wait for another distraction that everybody's going to get all, you know, ooh, squirrel about. And meanwhile, then he's going to be doing this heinous shit like helping them totally extinguish people in Gaza and the West Bank. So
Yeah, they can't keep a psyop running for too long, because then that gives more time for people to start questioning stuff and realizing stuff. And so that's why they have to shift gears. And so
yeah,
that's why they did that.
like hit and run.
It's all
You have to
speculation.
you have to hit and run now because people like with the cameras and doing to be able to shoot stuff live now, they can't get away with like you said, these long form actions like that. They're going to have to do small ops over and over and over again to try and I think, you know, whittle down the will of the people until one of two things happens. Either the people just totally just say fuck it, all right, you win, it's Judge Dredd, let the corporations run everything, or you know, we actually get in the streets and then the actual real change we want happens. But I don't know. You think we're going to get in the streets actually? You think it's going to happen for real this coming year? I don't know.
For what?
Just to get,
Um,
I mean, just like a general strike. You think a general strike's going to happen at least if not next year, anytime soon?
um, People are starting to get angry enough. I mean, this Luigi stuff, psyop or not, like people were reacting to it, and people are like, yeah, like we're fed up with this. And that's why you see a lot of people praising this guy.
Yeah.
So who knows? Um,
What's funny is the reaction of these like pundits and stuff that are just like, how can you sit there and applaud the murder of somebody with a family and stuff? And some of these people are just like, you know what? I just don't give a fuck.
you
I
saw
don't care.
how like that one show PBD. Have you heard of them with Patrick
Yeah,
David? They
yeah,
were clutching their pearls on over that issue. It was like, yeah, no
yeah.
wonder, because they're all CEOs.
I know that's all their pals and stuff. You know, like the you know. I mean, I like some of the libertarian ideas, but man, they are all about like, oh man, that capitalism got to stick around. I guess I know like some of the good libertarians are just like they don't like the crony capitalism kind of part of it, but we definitely don't have a free market anymore if we ever did. So that's other pearl clutching that's going on too about like the economy. Like I think, who is it? The Fed chairman just recently said that, oh man, the economy is delightful. Everyone's happy. I swam in a bucket of money last night. That's how good the economy is. And you're just like, holy shit, this is the biggest pile of shit I've ever heard. You know? So I mean, you think the economy
Scrooge
gets worse?
McDuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, swimming in the coins. Although, from a physics standpoint, if Scrooge McDuck actually tried to jump into
Get
a
crushed.
yeah,
Like
he
in
was
that
neck.
Family Guy episode.
Oh, did he do that where he went in and his neck got broken? And
Have you seen it?
what? No, and do they actually do the Scrooge McDuck
Yeah,
thing?
you should look it up.
Okay. I'll look that up.
You should play it for the audience. It's funny.
All right. God damn it. Now you make me work. All right, cool. All right. That's okay. It's fine. No, this is my day off. No, it's fine. Let's see. So I think you think it's on YouTube? I hope it is.
I'm pretty sure.
Let's see. Scrooge McDuck Family Guy.
But yeah, some people have been saying they have the feeling like a general strike or something similar to that might happen.
I hope so. I mean, I thought, with like the dock workers this year, the train strike was what, last year, or was that 2022? Because I think that was the same year as Palestine, right? That the
those were huge. Those protests, the ones in DC, I remember, had like a lot of people. I can't remember the exact numbers.
Yeah.
But there's an ocean of people in DC. And then across the world too, in other countries, there are a bunch of people showing up.
See, that's what we need. We need more of a modern union too, right? Because a lot of these unions are only as strong as the corruption of their union bosses. I'm not saying all unions are corrupt, but there is definite corruption, and I can understand why people would kind of talk shit about unions if they didn't know any better, that it was just like, well, somebody's getting bought and paid for. Because I mean, if you could get like I always say, if you shut down transportation for goods and services like truckers, the trains, the planes, the boats, you're going to have a shit ton of bargaining power, maybe enough to make actual changes that might stick. I don't know. Maybe I'm just stoned and don't know any better. Well, I am stoned, but maybe I don't know any better. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Someone's saying that Miguel is saying that some companies are saying that they're not going to pay on holidays. That's going to upset more people. They keep taking away so many things. And wasn't it that before Luigi killed that CEO, wasn't United Insurance, weren't they about to pass some kind of policy where they're not going to pay for like anesthesia anymore or something like that?
Right.
And then they stopped. They were like, all right, let's just let's not go ahead with that.
Yeah, because they caught some shit for it. Yeah, just cutting these corners and shit like that. And and it's the same old story. Meanwhile, the CEOs are getting their bonuses. And I mean, I'm not surprised that somebody did that to a CEO. The only thing I'm surprised about is that why didn't it happen sooner? Yeah. I mean, why now? Which you always, and you know this too. When it always comes to stuff like this, it's never just a plain and simple thing, right? You always got to check out who the dude is, his background, who has he had access to that could have pissed in the Kool-Aid and all this stuff. Was it just for real? Was he sincere? That kind of thing. There's a lot of questions that need answers, You know, I mean, I understand how people are just like saying, yeah, he's kind of a folk hero kind of person in that regard, but you know, you got to be careful. That's how cults and cult leaders are formed, and you know, that's why we always stress, you know, check your sources, make sure the information you're getting is correct, you know. So like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if anybody, like the shooters this year, the Trump shooters, um you know, there's questions about them too,
I like
you
the
know.
interview you had with Ricky Rance when you guys talked
Yeah,
about that. You guys made a lot of good points there
I
about all the
invited Ricky to,
suspicious things that happen.
yeah,
You know,
I love having Ricky on, man. He's such a cool cat. He knows about all that shit too. He's always got his eyes on that kind of stuff too. Always investigating that kind of stuff. So that's why I hang out with you guys, man. I like that mad knowledge that you guys provide. So I invited him to come on. So I don't know. He may have had other plans, you know. I don't know what's more important than being on the premier
what if they all
Festivus
drop
show.
in like the last
Like the last 2 minutes.
minutes?
It's like, oh hey fucker, sorry we're late. We had I had my toenails I had to paint, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, Miguel's asking, yeah, who the hell were the Trump shooters, or one shooter and one you know, the guy out in the parking lot shooter, quote unquote shooter. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, that's where my eyes look when shit like that happens. I don't of course I don't buy the first story that comes out. I always, like, the first thing I do is, first off, is like, all right, who's making money off of this, and follow the money after that. And then usually you'll find, oh no, look at this, more fuckery, who knew, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that how, do you look at it like that, like stuff like, you don't take stuff at face value anymore, do you?
If it's going to be making national headlines and the news going to be constantly talking about it, I see it as it's most likely a psyop. Yeah. There's just so many questions that are raised with, like, with the thing that happened to Trump, right?
Yeah,
How
I'm
did
very
it
suspicious of
go
that.
so fast? That's supposed to be the best security, probably the best security in the world. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, look, okay, so supposedly he got shot, and then you know, they saw the blood, and apparently he went to like some plastic surgeon in New Jersey to get his ear fixed, right? Now I don't know anything about plastic surgery. I guess the ear probably isn't the hardest thing to fix, I guess, right? I guess you can fix it pretty easy. But there have been close-up shots of his shot ear, and there's not even like a scar. It doesn't even look like
Yeah.
anything is on
It's
there.
just
Right?
bloody.
It was just bloody, right? And so because he had that affiliation with the WWE, right? He probably what could have happened was he could have and this is mere speculation, folks. I know we're info guys, but we can kind of make guesses about shit too. So they had this thing back in the old days, like whenever you get hit in the head with a chair or
Yeah.
something like that, and you rub your head, and like inside the
Yeah.
tape, you had that
Classic
little
Hollywood effects.
right. You had like a little
You
razor blade
squeeze.
or something there. Yeah, you squeeze, and then you and then you cut your head, and your head would start bleeding. You're like, oh my god, look what he did with the chair. Right? He
Yeah.
could have
That's
easily
why in
done
all
that
those
with his
scenes they're
ear.
like, ah, and after they take their hand away, that's when you see the blood.
Yeah, and you remember he grabbed his ear like that. He could have totally just went. Doot. I mean, you don't have to have much. It's like there's a lot of nerve endings right there. You hit that thing, it'll start bleeding. And there was a pretty decent amount of blood, so he may have just could have went, you know, probably did it a little too well, but I don't know, right? You know, the second gunman on the grassy knoll, I'm there too. You know, it's like we've got to wait another 60 years till we know if this shit's for real or not. I mean, come on. Do you think we'll ever know any more about the Kennedy stuff? You think they'll finally release all of it?
They'll release all of it once the last person who was alive when it happened is no longer alive. That's what I
Oh,
think.
Jesus. Yeah. So it might be a while. Although maybe not too long. Because it was 63. No, yeah, what's it, 63? Yeah, so that was
So in like
61.
2073,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
So
probably when.
yeah, they'll probably say, fuck it, 100 years ain't enough. Let's give it 10 more. That's when we'll have Star Trek though, man. We're supposed to like in 2063, I think. Is that when we're supposed to make contact with the Vulcans, I think.
Right.
It in Montana. Nerds! That's fine. That's fine. I don't care. I embrace my Star Trek heritage. You know, may the force be with you. So well when
Yeah,
you
I gotta
huh?
head out, Warren. It was nice talking to you though.
All right, man. Tell everybody what you're doing, man, with your videos before you go, and you know, so they'll know.
Ooh, a lot of good ones. People are gonna love it. As you said, the edits are kind of sketch.
Yeah, God, you should fire that editor, dude. He sucks.
But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on there. We're gonna talk about tomorrow. There's a video on Beyonce and Jay-Z and their billionaires backers. All the focus right now is on, the most recent stuff. Did he do it? Did he not do it? Did he not essay that minor? Let's talk about some other stuff too, though, like stuff that we can prove about the billionaires. Not saying that
Mhm.
the essaying stuff isn't provable. Not saying that I don't believe it happened. I'm just saying we
Right.
also got to talk about all these other things too, like how he got to where he got to. He's Hip hop's supposed to be a revolutionary genre with all these OGs from New York and everything, or all these other cities. And he doesn't really hang out with the OGs. He's only hanging out with the elite. So that's something
Yeah.
we really got to question. They chose him for a reason. So yeah, I just wanted to put that highlight on the billionaires who he hangs out with.
Yeah,
And they're
definitely.
creepy pictures too. A lot of
Yeah.
these, if you look up Jay-Z, Warren Buffett, Jay-Z, Michael Bloomberg, or Beyonce, Michael Bloomberg, it's like they're so close to these billionaires.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. I
unlike
mean,
other OG hip hop artists.
well, it definitely goes against the spirit of the OG hip hop too. I mean, yeah, it's all, it's good to get paid, but it definitely really is important who pays you, right?
Yeah, and then also
That's
billionaire status.
and
There's no
billionaire
need to be a
status too.
billionaire.
No, no, but because it goes, then it transcends music and art, and then it just comes this tree of just like this
Yeah.
corporate. And then you forget about the art, and then it's just all about grab. I got to get more. I got to get more. I got to get more.
Even millionaire. I remember Tupac had an interview saying he was saying like Michael Jackson doesn't need all those houses. One person only needs one house. Why
Yeah,
do they need all these different houses?
yeah, yeah. It's ridiculous.
Meanwhile, there's homeless people.
Right. Yeah. Well, and how important is status, right? Because that's all it is. It's just like dick measuring contests, right? With houses and properties and jewels and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. Yeah, like you said, people are fucking starving. People living under bridges, and a lot of them don't know, where they're going to get their next meal. It's ridiculous. It all goes back to what we talked about at the top, man. It's like take care of the basic needs. Make sure everybody has a roof over their head, some food in their belly, some warm, dry clothes. Give them a clean place to sleep. Give them some health care, right? Give them some
Yeah.
education.
Give them
You ain't got to
food.
go. Yeah, if you want the fancy education that you want to actually spend, thousands and thousands of dollars on, yeah, I guess you could probably still do that. But there's some people just like, look, I just want a basic education so I can have a decent foothold at the beginning of my life where I'm just not like, suffering and scrambling like these old people are who didn't do it right in the first place. So
That's the biggest
um
thing that like sketched me out about Jay-Z is how he doesn't hang out with the OG hip hop heads.
no.
Yeah, it's just
No,
with the elite
yeah.
or some other big Hollywood names.
I mean, it really is. It's almost like royalty, right? It's like they are in circles in such higher echelons that because of the money status, right? It's almost like Scientology in that regard, because there's
Yeah,
like a hierarchy at the top there with like, the Tom Cruise and then whoever's like, like your what's his name, John Travolta's and those kind of people, your high end uh A-list actors and stuff like that. So uh not to mention how CAA, the biggest talent agency
oh
in
yeah,
Hollywood, also represents politicians. That's
yeah,
another fun one too.
they're all actors.
Yeah, I mean, if that doesn't, if people,
And news
you tell,
hosts.
yeah, if people tell, you say when you say that these people are actors, they go, oh, you're using hyperbole. It's like, no, they have talent agents. They're really actors and actresses. It's crazy. So, but no,
Last
you got
thing
to
I'm gonna
go.
say when I head out is there's a reason why Ben Shapiro and TYT were represented by the same people, and now look at who TYT is trying to grift to now.
Yeah,
I don't even
yeah.
know what's going on. I just have been seeing the headlines from some of the recommended videos that pop up for me, but I don't click on them. But I'm like, oh, it looks like they're shifting to the right based on these headlines. but but yeah,
I know,
those guys.
right? I know. I'm so glad to be out of that mix too. It's just that the fucking like the gossip, he said, she said, look
But they
what
are represented by CAA. Those
yeah,
guys.
they're all represented by CAA, and like you said, it's just like how you pit politicians. They pit pundits the same way, and it all goes back to the kayfabe of wrestling, where it's all scripted, and the owners and the wrestlers know,
They
but the
have no
crowd.
real principles. So they just are gonna grift to see who they can make the most money off of.
Yeah, I mean, that is on the left and the right there, because there's money to be had apparently, and some of these people are just getting sidetracked by these grifters and thinking that what they're talking about is important when really they should be like investing that into people who are actually trying to like educate and trying to do something in their own communities and stuff, like something more tangible than just like trying to just keep feeding this fire of pundit against pundit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile real shit needs to be addressed. So what are you doing for are you doing anything for Christmas? Are you a heathen? What do you do? I'm trying to
We're
get in your
doing a
business.
pajama party with my family.
What? A
Yeah.
pajama
I'm
party?
Hispanic, so we celebrate on Christmas Eve. So we're celebrating tomorrow. And
Wait,
then Christmas Day, we just get the day off.
that's a Hispanic thing, because when I was a kid, that's what we did too. We celebrated on Christmas Eve. It wasn't
Oh,
because
nice.
we were Hispanic. No, we were just impatient. And dad said,
There you go.
oh, you guys are just gonna bug the shit out of me all night till Christmas. All right, let's just open them tonight. And then it just became a thing where we did.
It's
But the
just
thing,
fun.
well, yeah, it is. You do all the presents and stuff like that. Maybe have some snacks, and then the next day is like the real family deal. Like you get
Yeah.
up, and mom was making like Christmas ham and all this stuff, and we'd have the family dinner, and then we'd hop in the car, go visit the relatives. So it was like, yeah. So Christmas Eve was the capitalist night, the commercialism night, right? With all the presents and woohoo, look at all this shit. Mine, it's mine. Your hands off. And then the next day it was love and hey, it's good to see you and get fat, on all the good stuff. So, well, I hope you have a good time. I hope you and
Thanks, Warren.
yours
You too.
have a
Hope
good
you have fun
holiday.
on Christmas too.
Thanks for stopping by the old man's house here on the holiday. They don't come around here and see me no more. Nobody checks up on me. Sometimes I piss myself, but that's okay. I
Tell
do that on
Antoine to
purpose.
join. Tell Antoine to join. He'll join.
He'll, I'll do that. I should put the link in the chat. Let's see what kind of
Yeah.
crazy characters, see who comes in here. All right.
Antoine, join Warren. All right. Take care.
He's not going to do it. All right, brother. It's good to see you.
Bye,
We'll see you
everybody.
later, man. I'm not going anywhere. We're still here. I'm going to do this. So if you want to jump in, be afraid, be very afraid. Let me see if I can do this without hurting anybody. Survey says, all right, so there you go. Do you want to come in? I'm here. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for your call. Who else is in here? I know Antoine showed up. I am an honorary Mexican. I've told you that story, right? You look, Prop, you come on here. I know you get tired of typing all that bullshit. Bella, I didn't see you come in. I'm sorry. Good to see you, Bella. I hope everything's good. Jay, Game.film just got done with dinner. You'll hop in a few. Okay. Why is my head so red? Because I'm a Blanco. I'm a Blanco kid. I'm pretty stoned. I think this hat might be a little too tight too. But that's okay. I enjoy the blood rushing to my head or from it. Liana, I think I said hi to you. Hello, dear. Good to see you. We are Ronan. I know I saw you before, brother. Wesley Donaldson, good to see you, man. How you doing, Wesley? Hope everybody in your neck of the woods is doing well. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. CBC voter, I think I said hi to you. I'll say hi to you again. Yeah, so okay, global solidarity. Right on. Okay. So yeah, it's the airing of grievances. We'll probably do this for another hour if you're into that sort of thing. It's nice to have Franco come by. It's hard to get like real grievances out of him these days. He's being like kind of captain positive about the thing, and I like that. I think, yeah, I understand there's so much negativity, it's hard not to point it out. But it's also good to point out the positivity too. You're scared to go on camera these days. I lost all my confidence. I don't give a fuck. Well, just don't. You look, if you want to jump on, you can just use your voice. Your mic will be muted and all we'll see is a black screen because you are a black man, right? That's all it is. No, you're a poser. I don't know. Digital blackface, dude. You may not want to come on. He's scared to go on. Hey, Kate, why don't you come on? You're a radio gal. Are you now a reverend? I missed the first few minutes of the airing of the live stream. How dare you? No, just in fake name only. I haven't paid the $20 yet. So it's not official. I guess I probably shouldn't use that. I could change it if you want, if that offends you. Oh, he's this pro skateboarder. I didn't know who that is. I don't know who. I thought you just like saying Antoine Dixon in your mouth for funsies. So he stole that photo. Who stole that photo? Come on, he's not. Look, Prop's not a black man and not some white skinny ass Canadian kid. Trump seminary. What? Trump's going to become a priest? Oh, if you didn't know, hey, there's Ed Heller, TV's Ed Heller, everybody. What's going on, Ed?
Oh, hey, everybody. Let me mute my video. I was watching you guys, and I don't want to get some echo going on this program here. Happy Festivus, everybody.
Look at that. Look at that. Fancy graphics.
Yeah, actually, Chuck set that up. I'm currently on his spaceship. He set up.
Did you get abducted again?
Yeah, he set up a room that looks exactly like my condo, and it's a little weird and confusing because sometimes I go to the window to open the window, and
hello, sir.
It's all space out there. It's like stars in space, and I'm like, that's not my parking lot.
I know, it's like a hoarder's dream out there. You got so much space. It's like you'll never run out of space because it's space. Game.film is here. Do you have space? Are you a hoarder? Tell us your dreams.
I am not a hoarder.
Do you want to be one? We have a course that you can take online through the University of Phoenix. Is how to be a hoarder. How you doing, man? What's going on?
Good, man. Just made some dinner and I'm getting ready to some holiday festivities tomorrow with the girlfriend's family and good to have a couple days off, man. I need time off. Working too
Yeah,
much.
I hear you,
Yeah.
man. So you got a big family. You're just gonna do a small gathering. What you gonna do?
Girlfriend's family, which is like parents, sister, maybe like 10 people max. Keep it small. Driving right down the street. No traveling on this end. I hate traveling.
That's right, man. I hate traveling too. I'm not a big. I used to kind of back in the day, but nowadays not so much. But
I don't
it's
know. What's
gonna.
up? What's up, Ed?
Hey, man.
It's got plans, don't you have? You have big plans
Uh,
there, Ed?
Big plans for what? For Festivus? This is my Festivus plans right now.
No, you silly
Yeah.
biscuits. You
Uh,
aren't you? You
Actually,
have
I think Leanna is making a good point. Now. We got to stay on the grievances. We got
right.
to get back on. I got a lot of problems with you people, and,
You're gonna hear
and
about
I'm
it.
gonna let you hear it.
Let's hear your grief. What do you got?
All right.
You got grievances.
Yeah, I got to remember what they are. I mean, I rant all the time, as most people who follow me on Twitter know. But I mean, yeah, we should have national health care. And we need to drop every member of Congress into a volcano if they refuse to give it to us.
Okay. What about game.film? I know you have grievances. What are you grieving about? What do you want to say it? Yell at them. Spit. I want spittle to come out of your mouth. I want that much rage. Go.
Oh, I mean, just any politician in the U.S., the West, Israel, I guess just that right now. Anybody
Yeah.
against Palestine, Lebanon, Syria, all that. Anybody against them, that's grieving about that, I guess.
Yes, I too have a grievance against genocide and the killing of innocent people for the sake
Hmm.
of self-defense. I don't believe it's self-defense. I don't think you gentlemen do either.
Nope.
And I think our government has gone absolutely mad in the fact that they are such cucks to APAC and the Israeli lobby. And I think we got to snap that hold. And I don't know, how do we do it? How do we do that? How do we get them to go away?
Yeah, see, Kemper's got the right idea. Give them all a free trip to Hawaii for a volcano tour, helicopter volcano tour.
Wasn't there a volcano that just erupted?
Yeah,
I think there was.
Kilauea's blowing up pretty big right now. Yeah.
Yeah, so you could kill away a lot of people in that volcano, couldn't you? So, yeah, I'm talking about murder. I did the news this morning. This is a sidebar. I did the news this morning, and there was some guy who was in Bangladesh or something, and part of his name said Batman. It was the best thing ever. It was Batman, and then after that, and I was like, "Fuck, man! I'm just calling this guy Batman." It was great. The lyrical, spiritual miracle man is here. Hello. Oh, no, it's not. It's one of Prop's many guises. He's a disguise master. I'm the lyrical Jesse Helms. So, wait, what? Instead of the lyrical Jesse James, I said that one night, and some people were like, wait, that's not right. I said, I have the silver pole. Everything is right. I got Days Garden behind me. He watches over me and protects me. He's my spirit animal, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know if he's protecting you so much as he's trying to protect himself from you.
Look, all right, Mr. Fancy Pants, if that's what you want, we could do something else there. I don't have to take this line down, or maybe I do, right?
Well,
Maybe this.
If you got grievances.
You got grievances. Look, I give you the nips, motherfuckers. I got them nips.
Lord.
Look at that. Look at them headlights, huh? You like that? Huh?
Well,
Give me the business.
Pronounced.
Do, 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 do. I see Nipsey's all the time in their Snake's Garden. Okay. That's so
I hope your audience really appreciates the production values that you put into this show. I mean, you came prepared to show Nips.
Of course. I'm always ready to show nips. And my concurrent viewers just went down in a negative. It's like they're willing others not to watch it. That's how bad it just turned. No, everything's fine.
Surprisingly, still have 22 people watching on YouTube.
Not for long. Not for long. They'll drop like bad habits. I'm just telling you. Wait a minute. Happy birthday. Whose birthday is it? You people don't have birthdays in Canada. Don't be stupid. All rise for it's my birthday in a couple of days. A couple of days? Well, you're one of those people that's like, it's my birthday week. You know, I want to be that guy who says, it's my birthday year. I celebrate my birthday all year long. And then when it's my birthday again, we just do it again. That would be so dick. It'd be like, hey, man, you're not getting any birthday presents. They'd probably find you in a shallow grave, in the outskirts of town. Look, Game.film, you gotta look. These movies this year's been crap. You want to grieve about some crap movies? Let's grieve. Let's hear it.
I didn't like Terrifier 3, that Art the Clown. Rayleigh and Romulus, that was a disappointment, man. I mean, I kind of had a fun experience, but they called back and were like directly quoting old movies, the old Alien movies, you know. And I'm just like, come on, you can't just re-quote the entire movie, man. Like, come on, dude. Heretic was all right. What was that? Martial arts. There's a martial arts movie that I liked. Man, I'm brain farting right now. What?
Wait.
Let me get a list going here.
No worries. Well, why are you doing that? Why? Let me ask you guys. Why do you think movies suck so much? And now I mean, we have different age groups here too, so it's not just old people complaining, right? And I think some of the young people in the chat are like, yeah, you know, this old cats might have something here about movies this year. Why do you think that is? Ed, you were kind of near the business.
Well, I have opinions on movies. I mean, I grew up watching all kinds of movies, and our family got cable television in my early formative preteen and teen years. So I got to watch a ton of movies, and the movies that they make today, they're phoning it in. It feels like it's like very derivative of other movies, or they're just trying to reboot something to get some cash off of it, or to make money from the people who remember the first original movie. And the problem with that is that you don't have as many original movies coming out, and the studios don't want to gamble on that anymore, it seems. So I mean, you do have some of those independent studios, like, what is it called, A24 is probably the popular one now, but you're not going to see a whole lot of really good quality stuff unless it's something that someone got, you know, some kind of deal with a streaming service to do. So that's why, you know, for a little while, especially during the lockdown a couple years back, we got a lot of interesting and entertaining programming that came to like Netflix or Disney Plus for a little while, and that was hit or miss for some of those things. But you know, we had a lot of captive audiences sitting at home, and at the time the studios realized, well, we got to entertain these people and figure out how to make money, because at the time they weren't going to theaters, which is amazing now that people are actually going back to the theaters now. I mean, you may not think that they are, but movie theaters are doing really well, despite how much the movie theater company stocks are getting screwed with on Wall Street.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. These movies are, I mean, like some of these productions, like for example, that Lord of the Rings streaming show. You guys remember that? I think they did a couple seasons of that, and it was just like this incredible amount of money to produce this thing, right? And this wasn't like for the theaters. This was just for the streaming services, and it bombed ridiculously, right? Now, I don't want to be like one of these garbage heads who were just like, woke ass shit, the message, blah, blah, but it seems like some of these scripts had put more emphasis on just trying to, virtue signal rather than actually put out, a good product. And I think they could have missed some good opportunities with that stuff too, right? With some of these things without trying to piss off the fan bases. What do you think? I know it's a great question.
I
It's
didn't see it, so I'm not really sure about that.
that's just an example of just like what the rest of the industry is doing, right? They're pumping all these like hundreds of millions of dollars, and now used to, if you're what was it, the first $1 billion movie was what, Titanic, I think, right? Made $1 billion gross, was it? I don't know what the numbers were, but it was $1 billion, right? And now it's like, I think the last one was Wolverine. Was it Deadpool and Wolverine? I think that did $1 billion. But these production costs, and then you've got the marketing too, which is skyrocketed too. It's just like you have to make $1 billion on some of these movies in order to just break even. Is it just going to get worse, you think?
I feel like Disney owns everything nowadays.
Yeah.
You go to the movie theater and there's like 8 screens, and like 6 out of 8 are just like, like there's 4 of them that are like the same movie but at different show times, right? And then there's like 2 other movies that is the same movie, and then you have like only 2 out of the 8 that maybe might be indie or a different studio. Man, it's not fair. I hate it.
Yeah, I yearn for the days of the old like independent movie theaters, that would show like sometimes they'd show like these art house movies, but then they'd show like just shorts, and have like these little film festivals and stuff like that. I always loved little places like that, right? Like the big screen. Like the popcorn flick, I guess, like Ed said, people are going back to the theaters, and I think because you're seeing a lot more like IMAX kind of shows too. And while you can probably get a pretty decent sized screen at the house, you ain't gonna get no fucking IMAX at the house. And then some of these places they call it 4D. Like they'll get the chair moving a little bit, and they'll be like, some sort of mist or some sort of shit. Like we saw Independence Day 2 in the theater, and in one of those theaters, and the best part of that movie was the chair moving and shit, because the movie itself was just like, ooh, and I love me some Jeff Goldblum, but brother, man, it was like, oh, I hope he got paid well for that.
I got brought to a movie. I didn't realize that they had bought tickets for one of those 4D ones, and it was one of those Harry Potter movies. Was it one of the prequels? And it's like the seats would start vibrating, and like you said, sometimes the mist would come out, and it's like, and the seats would like rumble or twist, and for me, it actually took me out of the movie. I couldn't focus on the movie because it felt like there was an earthquake in the theater.
Damn.
It was I was like, yeah, it's like I can understand how this is like one thing where like people are like, oh yeah, I'm looking for a new experience and I want to get a little more immersed in the thing I'm watching. But for me personally, it completely took me out of the movie. I couldn't focus on what was going on the screen.
Was it porn? What were you
No,
watching?
it was a Harry Potter film. What the hell was it called? That Dumbledore prequel or whatever that was.
Because there is Harry Porker, and
wait, isn't he one of the Spider-Man alternate dimension characters?
There's Harry Porker,
Peter Porker. Oh,
and the vagina of broken dreams. That's a really good one, because he pulls out his wand and makes magic happen. Anyway, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I
I
think
saw
what do you
Twisters in 4DX with the thing shakes and stuff. So, I mean, I kind
oh
of like
yeah.
that, but you're right, it is a little. They're having trying to have dialogue, and it's just like just freaking rocking
Right.
around. But
Well, during Twisters, was it like just going off like during all the action scenes and stuff? But like whenever it was calm and the dialogue was going on, right? Did it just chill out, or was you still like, like
it
chill
was
out,
pretty chill.
chair?
If they're
Yeah.
driving a car, you can kind of feel the seat rocking or something. But luckily,
Huh.
Twisters is kind of a movie you're not watching for deep messages or something. It's just a popcorn
Right.
flick. So you
Yeah.
know, it's all out
I mean,
visual assault kind of thing. Like, wow.
yeah, I think I miss those kind of movies too. Those kind of popcorn fun movies. I couldn't get into any of those Fast and Furious movies. So unfortunately, I mean, how many were there? Like 19 of those things. How many Fast? I mean, and then they go to space. Didn't they do when they went to space?
Oh
They were
God.
like, I
Fast
don't
and
know.
Furious in space.
I don't know. Wasn't that the last one?
Holy
Maybe that
shit.
somebody made a joke about it. It's like because that's the thing. Like whenever your series of movies goes on way too long, you usually end up in
In outer
space,
space.
and then that's pretty much it. So like the Beatles in space, and then you never heard of them again. No, so anyway, I don't know, man. I think I miss the theater experience, but I'll tell you one of the coolest theaters I went to. I went to Grauman's Chinese Theater in L.A. and me and my nephew saw uh, was Team America there. Oh man, it was great. It was just like old theater, big screen. It was just like and it was just like it harkens back to a time when movies were just like a really big thing. Even back in the 70s and 80s, you had like all these the when the summer blockbusters with Jaws and Ghostbusters. You had all these movies that were coming out, and it was just like a great time to be a theater goer. Nowadays it just seems like it's either hit or miss. And well, what's AI gonna do? They're making those AI movies. What do you guys think about those?
I
Yeah,
don't know, man. Definitely not a
it's
fan.
AI is going to be a blessing and a curse for creative elements, whether you're doing movies, TV, whatever. It's going to make it a lot easier for some people to create things that maybe they couldn't have created on their own. But then you've got the AI's pseudo creativity getting involved in this, and it ends up in really weird and mysterious types of content. I don't know if any of you tuned in for the Secret Show this past weekend, but holy cow, that thing with the Star Wars with Yoda and
Yeah,
and the 7 or 8 different versions of Princess Leia that they threw in there.
two in one scene. She just
Yeah,
she just totally flips in the thing. Yeah, I mean they're still working out the bugs and stuff, but it's come a long way since the nightmare fuel of like faces turning into like these Peter Gabriel videos where it's just like and it's just like shit's all over the place, so but yeah, I mean if no, Auntie Warren. Oh, prop. You're not my aunt. Not anymore. I took you to court. But I mean, if AI is writing the script and if AI is actually putting the shit together, what kind of shit are they going to put together? If they're using this amalgamation of information from the internet, from people, I mean, hell, we may have idiocracy before you know it, for reals because of AI. Because they'll be like, your movies suck. Here are your new movies. We're your new overlords. Okay, here's your new music. We're going to give that to you too. Everything else, you'll be slaves to us. You'll be human batteries, just like in the Matrix, right? So
stand
I
by
think that's where it's
for the
going.
next episode of All My Balls.
Yeah. Ask
Idiocracy.
the was it Ask the movie got like 8 Oscars or some shit like that. Yeah, I mean because we're getting slowly. I say slowly, but in a generational kind of timeline where we're slowly getting just ground down to being just dependent on everything electronic, including AI. And now, these kids in school using that AI to do their homework for them. Those parents ain't stupid. Some of them are, but these kids be using AI and shit. Back in my day, we didn't have Earth. We just floated around. We liked to find oxygen, and gravity was for pussies. We didn't want any of that shit. We was real men out in space floating around asphyxiating. But yeah, I mean, nowadays it's just like, oh, who was the president of Cuba back in 1964? Blue, 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 whatever shit. It's just, but that comfort level is just making us just dull our senses, and we're not being in tune to what the fuckery is going on around. And that's by design, right? They make you nice and comfortable, and they make you depend on these comforts. So when they threaten to take away those comforts, you're like, no, 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 my delicious precious, don't take away my thingies. And and then that's how they got you by the short and curlies. Hey, we got Brad Circuses in here. He has some long ass shit to say. They were already having problems with kids being illiterate in college before AI became big. It just exasperated it. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's where we're going. I don't know. Maybe that was the aliens' plan all along, to dumb down humanity, to get us to a point for when they actually do invade, people will be like, duh, pudding, can I have more cancer, please? Or whatever, because we're all stupid. You think? I don't know. I think I'm very cynical, though. Don't listen to me. I don't have faith in humanity. Where's the technical difficulties? Oh, we don't have one for this anyway. But I don't know, guys. You're more positive. You guys still have fucks to give. So what do you think? What do you think's anything good going to happen next year?
Yeah.
I mean, just name one good thing that you think is going to happen.
Well, because all the people who only superficially pay attention to politics will still be semi awake because they have Trump derangement syndrome. We may actually get some progress on a few things that we normally wouldn't in a Trump administration if you can get the right people to basically psyop the president into doing stuff for us. I had an example, I think, a while ago, where I told everybody that you just got to tell Trump that it's in his best interest to have a healthy planet, and a healthy planet has Space Force funded healthcare. Everybody in America is healthy. You have better capitalism, which is what he likes. So you just got to put it in his terms, and you got to make him come out like the hero so he can take credit for it and go, I gave everybody universal health care. I'm the best president. And then, okay, fine, we'll give that to you as long as we got universal health care. I don't give a flying fig how we get it as long as we get it. That's what a lot of people don't understand. They just have such derangement syndrome. They have such blind hatred for the other party or the other in general that they can't pull their heads out of their ass to make themselves understand that you just have to put it in terms that he will be okay with, and we will get the things that we need.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm using healthcare as an example, but we could do that with any number of things.
I mean, you probably have to use reverse psychology with that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's more of my grievances, is that more people aren't pulling their heads out of their ass to actually try and get things done, instead of just complaining to their politicians who are just going to give them lip service about doing anything.
Social emotional learning with Dr. Donnie. Hello. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well on this Festivus 2024, the fourth annual Festivus Festival, by the way. Yes, we've done this 4 years in a row, and I still haven't recovered from the first 3. So so now we'll add to the agony and misery that is my life. But that's okay. That's not for you to grieve about unless you're cool and we're cool. I don't know, man. I think well, Game.Film, what do you think? What do you think one good thing is going to happen next year?
Um, just to add on to Ed, it's so hard to talk to people um nowadays. There was a Jim Brewer, that comedian. He was like, yeah, you try to talk to somebody about politics, and if
Oh
they
yeah, I
if you
like
just
Jim
mention
Brewer.
if you mention someone they don't like, they're like, "Ugh, I hate you. Ugh," like it's just done. Like
Hmm.
conversation's over. It's just
Yeah,
so difficult. But somebody in the chat said Grand Theft Auto 6.
yeah.
um,
Yeah,
Wait a minute, that was you. You
I've,
said, "Oh wait, Brad Circus is a Grand Theft
no,
Auto
I've
some
been
6."
trying.
yeah.
I've been trying to slowly wake people up. I'm like, look, I said, you see those high grocery prices? They're not red high grocery prices or blue high grocery prices. They're just friggin' high grocery prices. You have to
Mhm.
realize it's not red versus blue. It's us versus the 1%. It's us versus the corporations. We have to tell them that it's no longer acceptable. However, we have to do that, whether it's people walking out in the street, whether it's people doing general strikes, wildcat strikes, any number of actions that put leverage in the right place.
That's
And
right, man.
and while I'm on grievances, I just want to shift gears for a moment, Uncle Warren, and talk about the Chicago Expressway system.
Sure.
Get out of the friggin' left lane, you slow bastards! I feel much
Man,
better now.
As
ain't
long
that
as
the
there's
truth?
left, as long as there's left lanes, there'll always be motherfuckers just putting along in the left lane. That's for sure. Although I haven't driven in a while, so but I've been when I've been in the car, I've seen that too, and I haven't driven in a long time, and I don't miss the road rage. I miss being able to get places quickly, but I don't like the blood rushing to my brain quickly and possibly giving me an aneurysm because I'm going to put my foot in somebody's ass, and that's for sure. Because I'm not a violent person, and the only reason I'm not violent is because I'm afraid of what I might do to the other person. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of a big guy. If I just like I know how I've seen enough like movies to know how to kill people like instantly, especially like the punch to the throat. Oh, ladies, you see a guy and he's taller than you, just punch up right in the fucking throat, man, and then just knee him right in the fucking like meat and taters. Woohoo! Self-defense course here at the ExtraBulla Festivus show. Um, I'd like to
Oh,
see more of that.
the Chicago Cubs might be good. I don't watch as much sports as I used to, but baseball is like the only thing. But the Cubs might be good this year or next year. Something I might look forward to.
I got my World Series. I really not paying that close attention to the Cubs anymore.
I know,
Uh,
man.
Yeah. As a Saints fan, I concur. I got my Super Bowl, and it's just like, what? Well, the Saints might never go to the Super Bowl again. I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. I got my one.
there you
That's
go.
it.
Yeah,
It's fine.
in Chicago, I think I got all the good ones. We got the Blackhawks multiple wins. We got the Bulls multiple wins. Um, the Bears from 1985 and the Cubs. So I
Yeah.
mean, and didn't the was
The
it
White Sox did too.
and
Yeah.
the women's basketball team? What are they called? The Sky. I think they had a championship recently too.
I think they're called the Chicago Broads. Although I once asked that to a lady and she punched me right in the kisser.
Yeah, well, I know.
So,
What else do we need? What, soccer?
yeah, you probably won that too. And Lollapalooza, you won that. Um, that wasn't a sport, but it might as
It's
well be
kind of
with
a
the mosh
sport.
pit. With the mosh pit, don't they have mosh pits in there?
It
Uh,
depends on who's on stage.
Mariana, Merry Festivus to you as well. I hope things are well in your neck of the woods. Uh, Rick says, I'm gonna be in the left lane at 5 miles per hour as I damn well please. That's why you in hell, because motherfuckers like you deserve to be in hell.
No, he comes up just to do that. That's what's going on. It's Rick.
Right? Well, it's part
Rick
of his
in the
job
left lane
description.
at
It's part of his
like 5 o'clock.
it's part of his job description that he's got to get out there, and because his boss says, yeah, let's fuck up this traffic because fuck them, that's why. We need critical
You
thinking.
bet.
I see you in there. I see you up in there. I meant to say hi, I forgot, but I'm making amends now. So
Yeah,
I don't know,
I'm
man.
curious if I blew out my microphone when I was screaming about the expressway a few minutes ago.
No, unfortunately we can still hear you. So no, I'm kidding. Say I don't know. I think maybe next year you're going to see more strikes. You're going to see more companies that don't have unions start unionizing. I like what's happening with Starbucks and Amazon. It's a nice step forward. Particularly with Amazon, that's one of the arteries that has to be hit if you're going to do a strike. You have to do the big ones, right? Your Amazons, and then it's not just the actual company itself. You have strikes at the distribution centers. If you have strikes at the distribution centers, that's another way to help shut down the capitalist bullshit and bend the system to your will. But that's the thing. I know we've talked about this before on other shows about how you have to have mutual aid in order to do that, because a lot of these unions the bosses will not support the strike that you're trying to do, and so if you have to wildcat strike, you're not going to get the support of the union to do that. So you need an alternate source of income. So that's where we have to find sympathetic millionaires that aren't totally bought and paid for, that have probably seen the light. I don't know, they went to Tibet, they talked to some fucking guru, they drank ayahuasca. I don't give a fuck, as long as they're on our side and they're willing to help pay for these strikes workers. Then you have more people willing to be able to do it, because they're like, oh, wait a minute, because they got you by the short and curlies anyway with these jobs, with your insurance, especially if you have a family, you don't want to risk anything happening to them, so yeah, give, send, go Wildcat Fund, or some sort of Wildcat Fund. But you would definitely need that first. That would, if you can get that and have some sort of sustainable monetary fund for that, then the rest of it becomes a hell of a lot easier. It's still hard, but it will be immensely easier knowing that you could say, hey, look, if you strike, we still got you back, we pay you rent and get you some food and stuff like that. So that's what I hope happens. That's what I think is going to happen, because we're starting to see more and more. And I ain't trying to get taken out by YouTube or nothing like that, but you may see more of these CEO unalivings in the future too, especially as worse becomes worst in our society too. So
Yeah, Miguel asks a good question. He says, "Sympathetic millionaires where?" And yeah,
yeah,
it's not going to be easy, but the situation we have to look for are the ones where they're providing a business where they employ a lot of working class people, and they need to realize that if they don't improve their own material conditions, then these businesses are going to go out of business. And it's in their best interest to make sure, for one, that their workers are healthy, and for two, that they're earning enough money to keep a roof over their heads and be able to afford groceries. And so there's got to be some business owners like that, and probably more than a lot. I don't know how many. That's the problem, is you're gonna have to have people in positions where maybe it's a union shop, or maybe it's just an organization where there's a lot of collective workers, maybe grocery chains, where they find a way to put leverage on these CEOs and make them understand that it is in their best interests to help us. And you get them on board with helping us with the mutual aid situation, to where if we have to go and shut some things down, maybe we would be kind and supportive of the ones of the business owners that would be helping us in this regard. It would make, if you could actually find a CEO who owns a grocery chain or a bunch of grocery chains, or maybe like the independent grocers associations or something, the IGAs, or something like that, or some other type of, I don't know, some other type of business. Uncle Warren, maybe you have ideas on other industries.
Well, I think you're going to
look.
have to you're going to have to change the mindset of new up and coming entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah.
We have to, for those people who are trying, they're starting their own businesses and maybe become pretty successful. There's going to have to be this mindset of, where are your moral goals as a company, right? Are you out here trying to just make every dollar you can, cutting corners and stuff like that? Or are you actually trying to provide something for the community in general, as well as, treating your own employees well, with the respect that they are providing the production that gives you the profits, right? Once that understanding is more achieved with more young and up and coming entrepreneurs, because the old schoolers are just too fucking greedy. The old schoolers are just too greedy right now, and they're just going to try and hoard their wealth. It's just, you have to try and change the mindset, like I said, of these people who are going to become rich, and try to guide them in a way to say, hey, look, yes, you can still have a very comfortable life and enjoy some good stuff, but at the same time you can also be taking care of giving back to your community and making your surrounding area not just your solo area of wealth and whatever. You're the rising tide lifts all boats, right? You're at the center of it, but then everything around you is prospering as well. And that's where we need to change people's minds in that respect, and at least teach the youth that we need to remember that humans are humans and we're not just commodities or anything like that. So whether it happens or not, I don't know, but that's why I try to tell the young people, hey, look, this system we have is garbage. We have to change the system, and it may be up to you to do it. I'll try to help. I'm just an old fart, but that may be what it is. We have to just try and keep teaching the youth, trying to keep them away from the propaganda and all this bullshit that they've been taught. And hopefully from once they're little kids, they learn that, a bit of sociology is needed, that kind of thing, giving back to humanity. So I don't know. We'll see. So, I don't know what else. We got wars going on for profit. We don't have health care in this country. We're not taking care of people whenever we have major storms. We saw it in Katrina. We saw it with North Carolina. We saw it in Puerto Rico when Trump was president. When you remember that, when he's throwing out the fucking paper towel rolls to the people there.
Another government overthrown, Syria.
Yeah, Syria overthrown. What's going to happen with Syria? That's a good question there, right? Are they going to just become a Israeli puppet? Are they just going to carve it up? Because the US has their interests in Syria too. They're probably just going to keep the oil fields that they already have, right? That's US. The US is in those areas. So I don't know. It may be a showdown between the US and Israel at some point. Maybe Trump, I don't know. Trump is so in love with Israel, though. He's just really, really in love with Israel. I couldn't see him turning on Israel for some reason, right? You guys think that's going to happen, or you think it's just going to get worse over there?
Probably get worse. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know what it would take to get him to flip on his Israeli donors. Um,
yeah.
he
it just
does. He's
it
dead.
would have to be an elaborate psyop for sure. And I don't. I mean, who would be able to do it? Who would be able to get him to go? You know what? I don't like you guys. I mean, you're too Nazi. You're a little too Nazi for me, and I need to put a stop to this now.
Okay, I got the answer. So Bill Cosby's out of jail, right? We get Bill Cosby to come to the White House. And he's like, "Hey, Trumpy, look over at the window over there. Looks like there's some hamburgers over there. Why don't you go over there?" And while he's over there, he takes the drink and goes, "Boop, boop, boop," just like the old days. Remember when I used to put roofies in the Jello pudding pops? Zorble. Boop, 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 boop. And then Trump comes back and then he drinks it and he's like, "Hey, okay, everybody gets health care and free weed forever. The government's gonna buy your weed. I know people who love weed. It's great." So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have to get Bill Cosby to roofie him.
Yikes.
Tell me a better plan.
Yeah.
I'm
And
all
on
ears.
reflection, genocide was a bad idea.
Yeah, fuck Israel. Palestinians are way cooler. Turns out Jesus wasn't white. Very big bummer. Thought he was I thought he was whiter than me. Yeah. So is that what you're gonna have to do? You have to drug the president to get him to do your bidding, kind of like a weekend at Bernie's. Only he's not dead; he's just kind of half comatose.
Like Biden.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to jam my hand up Biden's ass and control that puppet. That would just be not good. Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, Chuck told me that the ship's almost at the IG Corp Festivus Gala, and I promised him I would help him carry 200 pizzas into there. So I kind of have to roll, but
All
I'm
right
glad I
there.
got to be a part of this tonight.
Well, enjoy the anal probe later. I know you will.
He
Uh
doesn't do that anymore.
well, no, don't you guys go see that guy in that spaceship. His name is Felix or something, and he's like, I think he's European. And he says, yes, come board my ship, and it's time for the anal probes. For
Yeah,
everyone.
Chuck's not allowed to associate with him anymore.
I know. Yeah, he has every solar system he flies into, he has to introduce himself to the neighbors. Because
Yeah.
by law, because he's one of those guys.
And that's a problem for Chuck because he's an independent contractor, so he can't really mess around, not even peripherally, with any of those guys anymore.
Well, that's fine. So
Right.
before you go, Ed, any big plans for Christmas? I know you're Jewish, so is it Chinese food? What's it gonna be?
I don't know. I got a lot of really good stuff in the freezer. I probably could whip something up. I mean, I could make the traditional Christmas Eve deep dish pizza. That might be fun.
That would be
I mean, that's
entertaining.
always a good time.
All right, Christmas pizza.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I don't really celebrate Christmas anymore, so it's just like but I do like to hang out with people, so that's always a good time. I do like that.
On brand
So
with the deep dish pizza.
I know, right?
I want a
Uh,
deep dish, man. That sounds really good.
you got to be ready for it, though. You better be hungry because it once it gets inside you, it expands, much like the alien probe. So that's a thing, right? Because that's what I get. I get the one that goes for the expansion inside because I pay extra. Because I didn't even know they took cash. They were
Yeah.
aliens, but anyway, oh, they're coming to get me now. Woo! Well, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think this Festivus was quite successful. I'm glad you guys stopped by. What are you doing, Game.film? You guys doing anything uh
Oh,
fun next
just
couple of days?
girlfriend's family tomorrow, 10 people max, and then Christmas is my dad, girlfriend, and a couple sisters. So really small, man. So cook a
Um,
good meal, open a couple gifts. Might not be that many gifts because everybody broke, so
Hey, let me ask you something while you're here. So, have you seen the new Superman trailer or the teaser?
I did. I'm not a superhero movie guy, but I mean, I'll check them out sometimes, and that one looks pretty good. Definitely looks pretty interesting. It's
They,
on my radar.
they did a, guitar version, like an electric guitar version of the Superman theme from like the first, the dun 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 dun, but they were like meow meow wow wow wow.
From like
Put a
the
little.
original Christopher Reeve Superman movie, or like the
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Christopher, yeah, the John Williams score. Dun, 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 dun,
ah,
dun.
very
So they,
cool.
but yeah, so I guess they're trying to get the member berries, as they say. That's a thing I learned. Member berries. That's when they put shit.
Nostalgia,
Yeah,
nostalgia, mate.
that's right. You got cash, you got a memory, you remember all this crazy shit. Look, it's back. Spend more money, please. That kind of thing. Um,
Yeah, but
Mariana,
I was gonna say, man, I forgot to mention some top movies from this year. If I can
oh
throw them in
yeah,
there.
please do.
Um, so my favorite is probably it's called Twilight of the Warriors Walled In. It's a Hong Kong movie. There's a city within the city of Hong Kong called Kowloon Walled City. It was like the most densely populated
I remember that.
city in the world. Yeah, just this crammed, just electrical cables running everywhere, cramped hallways, just like such a small little place, but crammed with people. But yeah, it's just like triads and a guy trying to get out of this maze in there, and Hong Kong's known for their like practical effects and martial arts, and while they do use some CGI, it's it's pretty spectacular. So highly recommend that one, guys. I recently watched Flow. It's a Latvian animation movie. The lead character is a cat, so that's all you need to know. Go watch that. The cat is the
Nice.
protagonist. Love Lies Bleeding. I think it's an A24 film. Kristen Stewart's in it. Bodybuilding, romance, kind of erotic at times, but really
Yeah,
like
that's a
Ooh.
that one,
great
man.
Elton John song too. Hi guys, I'm Chuck.
Hello.
Hey, Chuck. We
What's
knew this
happening?
was gonna happen.
Yeah, I was just I was just checking in for a few minutes. I think Ed told you we're delivering pizzas to the IG Corp Festivus Gala. He's got to help. You got to help me carry in 200 pizzas over that place.
Don't
These
you have a
guys are
tractor beam
insane.
for that? You get the tractor beam for that. Don't break your back over that.
We usually do, except they want us to wheel it in. It's like a whole thing. It's like they're super proud of how well that my pizza exporting business is doing, and they want to take credit for it. You know how corporations are.
Mm-hmm.
They want to take credit for all the great stuff that I've been doing, on their network, like with my own independent fleet of spaceships that deliver pizzas to other planets.
Uh-oh. Rick said, wait, Ed is never around when Chuck is here.
No, he's in the
Ah,
other room. I set up this whole dimensional room that looks like his condo because when he's up here, he likes to cook. And every once in a while, he actually helps me out with the baking and the pizzas when I can't get enough from your planet.
all right. Okay. Well, that makes sense, I'm sure, in some dimension. Um, yeah, we were talking about movies, and you said game.film. You said was there another movie you were talking about this year that you
um,
liked, or
Life After Fighting. It's a martial arts action drama kind of movie. This guy owns kind of like he trains kids, adults in martial arts, but then some goons come by and start causing trouble, so he has to take all of his skills and take them on. I think it's an Australian stuntman, actor, martial artist, and he directed it himself, man. So that one was really impressive.
That's cool.
And yeah, I like action, man. I like choreography and stuff like that. Just easy to watch and whatnot. But
Um,
but
did
yeah,
you see I know you're not into like into the like the superhero ones. But there was that Star Trek short called Unification, I think. Did you see that? It was a lot of AI and CGI was used to
my girlfriend
recreate.
loves Star Trek. I did
Uh,
not. Let me write this down. Star Trek Unification.
yeah, it's
Star
called.
Trek
I can't remember what the full title was, but it's just they just did a really good job with that. Because Chuck knows all those Star Trek people, right? Aren't you up? Don't you? Aren't those
Uh,
your coworkers? Don't you work in
yeah,
Star Trek?
it's actually kind of uncanny how many of the people in those Star Trek series are similar to people I've run into delivering pizzas and stopping at space truck stops and stuff. And some of these like corporate space captains are very much like Kirk and that Picard dude.
Yeah, and
Oh.
there's the Andorians are all uh, just uh, just sex deprived because they have blue balls. So that's a Star Trek joke. Um,
Oh,
yeah.
can I air a grievance while we're on Festivus, Uncle Warren?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Go for
Uh,
it. What
okay.
okay, what are you grieving about?
Yeah, let's. I know you guys talked about this earlier, but with the drones and the orbs and everything, uh, I would like to ask the state of New Jersey to please stop firing on the drones and the orbs, mostly the orbs, because the orbs, they don't give a crap about you. They're gonna shoot lightning right back at you. And this is kind of like a public service announcement so that you guys don't hurt yourselves. Stop shooting at the orbs.
Yeah, and don't shoot blue balls either, because they might be Andorians. So hey, see, I brought that back. It was a Star Trek, as that was a callback. Uh yeah, well, I don't know. I don't have any grievances against aliens, foreign or domestic. Uh but which I guess with domestic aliens, is that a thing, or is that an oxymoron? Or am I an oxymoron? Is an oxymoron someone who gets clean in like bubbles, but they're stupid? Is that an oxymoron? OxyClean. Come on, work with me, people. I got the big man looking over my shoulder. If I don't do good, he beats me with scissors. Um, wait, what? We're still doing this? Wait a minute, you guys are still here? That's crazy talk. I tell you, no,
Oh,
that you. Yeah, go ahead,
yeah,
Chuck.
one more grievance. Everybody watching needs to hit that thumbs up button. I mean, come
Yeah,
on. You've been watching this for how long? You ain't hit the thumbs up. That's infuriating. Just hit that button.
you look at me like that. You talk to me like I'm some sort of piece of meat. You piece of fuck! I'll come to your house and shit your eyeballs after I pull them out and make them Christmas ornaments on my fucking tree, along with your little pea balls. I'll stick them on there too, you cocksuckers. Merry Christmas, fuckface. I'll see you in hell with Rick. Uh, Wait, where the fuck did that come from? Uh,
That was pretty good.
I don't know. It could have
I like
been.
that.
Maybe not.
Oh,
It
hey,
maybe.
did everybody get to see my show the other night? You got to hear the voice of my ship's computer, and it sounds mysteriously like the host of this program.
Yeah, the host of this program's a piece of shit. Don't listen to that guy. But make sure you watch Chuck's UFO show, the Intergalactic UFO show. And Game.film's got are you on YouTube and Twitch too, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. I had trouble getting the a restream chat, like so when you dual stream, the chats show up in one feed. Like I can get the Twitch chat and like, I'll watch that, but I can't really integrate so I don't stream at the same time, but I definitely post content on both Streaming
That's
post.
interesting. That you should be able to see like YouTube and Twitch at the same time in Restream. I used to use that a while back, but
I might pick
I
your
don't
brain
know.
later for that and see how to make sure both
Exactly.
chats come in.
We're all
Yeah.
technical heads here, so and Chuck's a literal head. So um but I think that's cool. I mean, all right, so we got like a couple minutes here. We did the grievances, you know, we have the the Festivus Pole, the feat. This was a feat of strength making this today, by the way. So it took a little effort. So I don't go the full mile for these shows, but I go about 3/4 of the mile. So you got to give me that. So next year, for you guys, what do you see happening with your channels? What do you want to do? Anything exciting, or do you want to do something different next year? Seeing how that's coming up next week. So what you think?
Man, just recommend good games and movies, but talk a little bit of current affairs, just seeing where our tax dollars are going, and have fun, stay informed. That's kind of the vibes that I try to do. But yeah, that's kind of keep it the same. Just be consistent with content because you stop posting for a couple weeks and people forget. Or yeah, so just be more consistent next year, I guess.
Right on. Yeah, there's something to be said about consistency. Chuck, what about you? What adventures are you planning on going on?
Well, I mean, still working off that parole violation fine, but for the most part, I'm going to try to have a little more fun doing my show, and also I'm gonna try to do some independent game streams where I just play some games and curse a lot.
There you
But
go.
mostly play game. I like the old school games. So like when I can find like those old games like Space Invaders and Galaga or Galagon is actually the one I found. Um, and some of those other ones. And what is it that I keep forgetting the name of that burger drop, burger flipper, whatever the hell it
Like
is.
beef drop or
Beef
something like
drop,
that.
yeah. I start playing that one a little more. I think I'm getting better at it. It's just, those like sausages and eggs and stuff that chase after you. That's a nightmare.
Yeah, yeah. That's especially if you're hungry. You know, I
Yeah,
can't play that game if I'm hungry because I'm like, oh man, that hamburger looks good, but then I can't eat it because it's digital. So,
yeah, and
uh,
I also feel like I owe Dig Dug a rematch.
I'm
You
sure
know,
Dig Dag will see you on the battlefield, and you will not be bested this time. So, uh, as for me, I guess I don't know, more of this kind of stuff. Hopefully, you know, I'm always looking for new adventures and new people to promote and new people to collaborate with and that sort of thing. Just kind of help grow the family, get the word out to more people, out to the outer regions where they don't hear about independent news or independent entertainment, that kind of thing. So just hopefully trying to reach out. Consistency's good. I like that. Yes, very consistent. And then just but trying to expand and get more people to watch the shows. You know, we had a pretty good crowd tonight. So uh, and we always have good chats. It's like it's we're very lucky because we rarely, if ever, have trolls that come in here because all our people are deputized and they'll whoop somebody's ass. You talk shit in this chat, these people are crazy. Even I wouldn't talk shit in this chat, and it's my fucking chat. Willie hooking it up. Willie, you're very sweet. He said, I am wish you all a merry fucking Christmas and happy fucking holidays. All the best. Happy fucking holidays to
Happy
you
holidays.
too. Yeah, happy fucking holidays to all you guys. Chuck, any final words?
yeah, I just wanted to say I was surprised that anybody on this planet was aware of Festivus because it really is. It's an intergalactic holiday everywhere else. So I mean, I guess you guys based it off of something you guys saw on TV, but it's a real holiday.
Well, in the spirit of ripping off other people's IP, being the American way, that's what we like to do here. You know, we don't like to do things different. We like to do what everybody else does and just steal shit. So, Game.film, what about you? Final thoughts, my friend?
Love your neighbor. Hate the 1%. And take care of each other, man. And maybe try and look up some mutual aid in your cities, man. No matter who you voted for, you know, let's stick together.
Amen.
And yeah.
Sounds good. Love it. Love it. Let's stay together. You guys come back and see us again. I don't know if we'll do a show tomorrow night we're going to try and stalk Chris Kringle. You know, he's probably stopping off at strip joints on this way to, you know, when he's delivering toys, sometimes he has to deliver those special mommy toys that mommy drinks wine with and puts batteries in. She likes those toys. Vroom. So, yeah, and Wednesday on the morning extra is going to be more of a retrospective of the year, biggest stories of the year. We'll talk about those. Kind of, if you forgot about some of the ones that happened earlier in the year, we'll kind of give you a little refresher on those. So, yeah. And, yeah, so Christmas coming up, if you're into that. Enjoy the rest of your Festivus if you're into that. I'm definitely into that. I want to thank Chuck, Game.film, and Franco for coming on this evening. I want to thank everybody in the chat, whoever's watching this live, whoever watches this in the future with flying cars. We appreciate you. If you could, you know, like, share, and subscribe if you're brand new. Tell your friends. We're trying to do some different kinds of programming here in the independent space. Also, if you want to throw me a couple bones, I appreciate it. There's links in the description down below. If not, if you could share out the links, that helps too. So that's it, guys. We'll see you next time. Happy Festivus. I've got a lot of problems with you people. You're going to hear about it. Well, I guess you already did. Good night, everybody. See ya.
It's a Festivus miracle.
Let's rumble!
It's Festivus. You disappoint the rest of us. You are a failure. Let me regale you. It's Festivus. You disappoint the rest of us. I could spell it out if you were little.
I think you can take him, Georgie.
Hey, come on, be sensible. Stop crying and fight your father.
Ow! Ow, I got
This is the best Festivus ever!